morning, guys. Welcome to Bar Z. My name's Stan, and today we've got another house we're going to look at. This one's very near and dear to my heart. Today we're going to look at Bar Z. I'm in Alta Loma, California, which is Old Cucamonga. You know, this place has always been known as either Cucamonga or Alta Loma. They'll answer to either one. So it's actually Old Cucamonga, which is also known as Alta Loma. And it's in a pretty nice middle-class neighborhood. We live on a private road. It dead ends at Cucamonga Creek right behind me there. That's the cul-de-sac right there. And I'll spin the camera around. And that is Sapphire Street down at the end over there. So this is, there's the house behind me. We own the road. Curb and gutter, by me. Driveway approaches, by me. Street, by me. No street lights, no street sweepers. So you are in a private road. You are responsible to maintain the road in front of your house. All the neighbors get together and have it either repaved or recoated or whatever the street needs. We had a major overhaul about 12 years ago, and the street's in really good shape right now. And there's the house behind me. I might be a little biased. I've been living here for over 25 years, but I know every square inch of that house, and I'm going to go walk you through it right now. I'm going to use the same format as I used when we were house hunting, but I might be a little biased, but I think the curb appeal is wonderful on this house. It's a California tri-level, which means that section over there, it's got an upstairs and a downstairs, so it's got a basement. This part over here is all ground level. We're going to go through the house, we're going to go through the grounds, and I'll flip the camera around and you can see everything about this neighborhood. This is a very quiet neighborhood. This neighborhood has its own weather, and people here just act different. I've been here 25 years, and there's some people on this street, I don't even know their names. Everyone just keeps to themselves. So let's spin the camera around and have a look around a little bit. All right, here's the front of the house. I'm going to miss some of my roses. I've always enjoyed having roses. Some of these came from, there's a couple of roses over there that came from Huntington Gardens over in Pasadena, or actually it's not Pasadena, it's San something. I can't remember the name of the town, but it's a little town over in Pasadena, Huntington Gardens, and they're clippings from Huntington Gardens that we got them going here. But a lot of these roses are kind of rare. That peach colored rose is kind of rare. I've got a burgundy one that's not in bloom yet over there. And then I got my long stemmer up by the house, the one that's big and out of control up there. That one will spit out long stem roses all day long. And then we've just got some regular rose little trees down this side. Anyways, the ones from Huntington Gardens, they came from there. They've got an English tea garden over there, and they have clippings at Huntington Gardens from the Queen's Garden. So my roses are from the Queen's Rose Garden. So that was pretty cool. That's this guy right here and this guy right here. One of them's like a burgundy, and the other one's kind of a wine colored rose. I got another rose tree over here that's wine colored. My palm trees need to be cleaned. You'll need to clean those twice a year. We've got agapanthus that pops up over here, and we got agapanthus that pops up over here. And those are going to give a show in about another month or so. Here, there's one bloom there. You can kind of see the color of those. That's kind of a wine colored. That thing needs to be trimmed back, but and then these are my little rose trees. Wrought iron gates, that turned into a 12-foot wide opening. I actually extended those gates when I moved in, so I could get a motorhome in there. Where my truck is parked there, I used to have a 42-foot fifth wheel that I could back in there with no problems. The front of the house has been redone. The dry stack wainscoting got put in and the front got restuccoed, and we pulled all the siding off of it. It used to have wood, tongue and groove, clabbered vertical siding that was horrible looking. The roof is fresh. It's a 3-tab dimensional. We put that in last spring, so the roof is pretty much new. The house has got vinyl windows. We put those in probably 3-4 years ago. But the front was all done in new construction type windows, and they're not a retrofit type. So the stucco's all the way up to we did the windows and the stucco all at the same time. So the whole front of the house is all brand new construction, and the back of the house are retrofit. When we did the wainscoting, we boxed all the eaves of the house. This was by the request. All this is boxed with T111, both upstairs and downstairs. So those are all boxed eaves up there. And these were done by the request of my insurance company. We do live in a California burn zone. We moved some trees, we boxed the eaves, cleaned the place up, and my insurance company was very happy. And I've never had any trouble insuring this place. But those are these are the new construction windows here. And then the wainscoting, we followed it down here. It's just kind of a dry stack wainscot we put in. And we did all that at the same time, several years ago. The house actually has rope light all the way around. And there's control switches inside, upstairs and downstairs, all the way around the house, front and back. And you light it up at night, and it just splashes a little bit of light out at the house. The house looks really cool lit up at night. And you can probably catch a glimpse of, yeah, you can see the rope light up there. We've got automatic lights, motion sensing lights in all 4 corners, so people walk up and the lights fire. All right, double front doors. Those were original when I moved in. Those doors were already there. I fitted them with Baldwin hardware, but the doors, for being that as old as they are, they work really well. Okay, in through the front door, and hopefully it's not too dark in here. I didn't turn on any lights. 18-inch granite tile, done in a diamond pattern. I did that back in the 90s. And then here's the living room. It is, there's my bird. There's the windows from the other side. This room we put a big crown molding in, and a little bit larger baseboard. We put in a kind of a little bit nicer baseboard in this room. Can't really see it anywhere. The fireplace is yellow Idaho quartz. I did that, and I put in a stone ledger right up here. I actually keyed that in. I cut the stone and keyed that in there. And then it's got a black granite hearth. I always get it mixed up. This is mantle. This is hearth. So it's got a black granite hearth and a stone mantle and stone front. This was an old red brick fireplace, and that Idaho quartz is not, I'm not going to call it a laminate, it is natural stone, and it is full thickness. But there you can see the brick behind it. So that's your, and that's a gas and it's a gas assisted fireplace. So you can just throw wood in there, hit the gas, get your fire lit, shut the gas off. So that's your living room. And we're back to the entry, over to the dining room. sliding glass door. Those got replaced when we did the windows in the house. And this floor carries all the way through the kitchen, all the way back into the laundry room. This is your dining area. Kitchen, granite countertops, 5-burner stove. With a matching hood and quartz lighting. And there's the floor that follows all the way in. This oven and microwave combo were replaced about 3 years ago. So those are pretty new. And here's my monster refrigerator that doesn't even belong in here. It's actually too big for this kitchen. This is the biggest refrigerator you can buy. Underslung sink. I guess that's a farm style. It's got no center divider, single drain, whole bottom's pitched, and it's underslung, so everything just wipes right off the counter right into the sink, which is nice. And garden window. Sorry about that blowing you out there. And again, the floor continues all the way through to the laundry room. There's a laundry room here. There's an entrance there, so you could use this as a mud room if you wanted to. Get in here, get all your dirties off, dump your clothes. And then there's a small half bath over here. And same floor all the way through. But it's just a sink and a toilet in here. It's not a full bath. And you got a pantry here for sundries, washing sundries, all your soap and everything. And there's a couple more cabinets up here over the washer and dryer, and a place to hang clothes right there. There's a rod there to hang. But that's the laundry room. Let's go look at the upstairs, downstairs. Ceilings are all a knockdown texture. When I first moved in here, this had the horrible popcorn ceiling with the gold flakes. We took every bit of it out. Got rid of all the popcorn ceilings and got like a knockdown texture on all the ceilings. There it is in the living room too. So all the ceilings are redone all throughout the house. But right here you got the stairwell, and so you got one flight of stairs going down, one flight of stairs going up. And just in case you need a cat, we'll include it with the deal. Let's go downstairs. We'll start down here. Now keep in mind, we are packing and getting ready to move. This is just a storage closet. And then this is kind of a TV room. But we went through this room, I don't know, many years ago. Put the tile floors in. The whole downstairs is all tile. Again with the diamond pattern, but a different color, obviously. I didn't go with the black granite down here. There's your ground level windows right there. This made a good entertainment room. This has got a rope light that runs the perimeter of the room. It's on one of those dimmer switches, which creates a nice light if you're just watching TV. It's just a real dim light. And there's a chair rail all the way around here. This rail is ground level right here, so you're well underground. So that's this room, and there's that cutoff. There's the edge of the stairwell. But it's a fully furnished basement, HVAC, heated and cooled, everything. Now this is an old closet that I actually turned into a bar. Let me hit some lights going here. I don't really get far enough away from it so you can see or not. So black granite bar top. There's a California ash cabinet underneath for all your bar necessities. And a mirrored back bar, so you're going to get to see me. And the miniature quartz lighting. These have been converted to LED. These are all LEDs now. But there's your bar and a bar sink. I wanted a wet bar. And then we actually put can lighting in here too. We did the ceiling in here, got the popcorn out, same thing. We put can lights in here so you can have the can lights on or just the rope light. Either one, they're individually controlled. And then this room, in this part of the closet, there's a small refrigerator. This is the smallest refrigerator you can buy that's got an ice maker. So the ice maker's hooked up and working, and room for more bar stuff. And people keep sending me this stuff, so I'm well stocked. But this side is all bar related. This side is for guests. That's just a regular closet over here. But all that closes up. So that would be completely sealed if you're entertaining down here or something. All right. And then in here is a bathroom. I don't know if I can get any good angles on this or not. I think I probably can. Get the lights in here. Downstairs bathroom. This is not a granite top, but it's I forgot what it's called. It's some kind of, I guess it's a, like a Corian maybe. But it's got an underslung Kohler sink. Again with the ash cabinets. Black granite shower. Nice shower with the pebble stone floor base. And this one's shower only. No bathtub. But sink, shower, toilet, obviously. And there's your ground level windows again. And that faces to the rear of the house. There's the pool, patio. And then through here is a bedroom. Let me try to find an angle where you can see everything. So there's the rail again, ground level. And that follows the theme all the way around. That's ground level there. But this is a nice little spare bedroom. So we just went all the way around like a U-turn around here. I forgot I painted this room. This room used to be brown. And again, ceilings have been de-popcornized. There we go. There's a light. One last look around. That door leads to the outside. There's a staircase outside to get you up to ground level. Okay, let's go upstairs. Again, the cat. Sure I can't interest you in a cat? All right, we're going to kill the lights in here. And it's got good natural light. That's all lights out right there. Okay. Let's go look. What a knucklehead. Oh yeah, just mess up that carpet. It's okay. We only got people coming to look at the house. Go on. Go on, get. Get out of here. All right, heading upstairs. This is the upstairs landing. Lots of storage. We do vacuum cleaners and towels and all kinds of stuff in there. This is the common bathroom for upstairs. That's for all the other bedrooms and everything. This bathroom probably could use a remodel. It's got a shower, a tub, toilet, sink, so it's a full bath. And we are on the west side of the house right now. Let's head into my office. I just remodeled this office. I tore the carpet out, put in hardwoods. I was always, in my office chair, I was always rolling around on one of those stupid plastic mats. And you got to change those things like every, I don't know, 6 months. You just destroy them. Anyways, this room is recently refurbished, retextured, touched up all the walls, yanked all the baseboards, put in a laminate floor, and turned this into, the closet is just turned into an office. So that's the Bar Z office. Copier, fax machine, blah, 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 all the electronics. My personal office here. But this room, I kept it pretty generic just because we're selling it. And this is a southward facing view. And what you see off there in the distance beyond all the haze is Chino Valley, Pomona Valley, Chino Valley. They all just kind of blend together. But the view at night up here is spectacular. So you see the whole valley at night. Everything lights up. You can see Ontario Airport from here. Watch the planes take off. But that's looking out at the street out there. Let's go look at the bedroom I just finished. Again with the laminate flooring, same wall color, same baseboard. You know, it's Navajo white with pearl white trim. Just super generic. Very generic window covering, nothing special, just leaving it up to the new owners how they want to decorate it. Didn't even hang any pictures on the wall. But this room is all redone. I actually had to rip a bunch of drywall out here, and we moved all the internet in here. This is all my equipment, so it's going to go, but we'll leave all the cabling and everything in. But we've routed all the cabling in through the up through the attic, so all the cabling's hidden. We put an outlet in the closet to run all your power strips and everything. So everything's concealed now in the closet. This room took me a little longer because I had to do all that drywall work. But this room, and like I said, same thing with the floor. We did the same laminate flooring in here to match the other one. These are super easy to clean. They're quiet. They've got it's the high-end, high-traffic laminate. I don't remember the name brand, but they match. It's the same material in both rooms. You saw the bathroom. This is just an upstairs coat closet. This is just mechanical access. Master bedroom. This one's pretty generic. These walls I painted brown, and it's got the white ceiling again, no popcorn. This is a northern facing window. So out the back you can see the shop and the pool and the mountains. That is the San Bernardino Mountains. And just barely peeking up, right over it, just barely sticking up right there, you can see Cucamonga Peak. But there's your mountain view right out your bedroom window. Bypass doors here. It's a double closet bypass. We keep a television in this one. So we keep a TV in there. If we want to watch TV, we just turn it on. Got a sound bar right up there. And then my wife's chest of drawers is right below it. But that's where we keep that, and we can keep it concealed. But this thing's the same thing. We run pearl white trim throughout the house, so if you get pearl white, it's gonna match. And there's extra out in the garage. But that is the master bedroom, and the master bath is kind of unusual. You know, we kind of freaked out when we first got here. We go in through this opening. We go from an 8-foot ceiling, drops down to a 7-foot, and I remodeled this not that long ago. Put can lights in. This is an Italian porcelain tile. And then I did, here's the baseboards. I did a travertine baseboard. I did that myself back when I was young and energetic. Again, with the Idaho quartz, is the polished Idaho quartz countertop. And there's again with the California ash cabinets. And that shower is not being artificially lit up. I've got a solar tube. I think it's a 10 or a 12-inch solar tube coming through the lid. And it does have a halo dome light in it. Those are Italian frameless glass doors. And it's got a Moen, all the brass inside the walls is all Moen commercial grade. And those are temperature compensating valves. This is the temperature compensating main valve. And then these are the 3 control valves. This one's for the vertical spa. Those are the 4 shower heads in the wall. This one's for the rain shower, which comes out of the ceiling. And then this one is for the handheld over here on the left. But and we followed the same theme all the way through. We did a travertine border with the travertine shelves, and this is the Italian glazed. They call it a porcelain tile, and same tile but smaller in the pan. And that whole theme just comes out through the floor. And then Kohler one-piece toilets, Kohler underslung sinks, and that skylight. I mean, I'll hit the lights. You can't tell the difference, lights on and lights off, but there is a halo light inside of that dome. At night, it'll light up. But in the daytime, we don't need to turn the lights on. And then the other one is actually a fan. And then this is actually the fan right here. So that without adding anything extra, we're able to get a fan out of it. All right. And then the house does have a on-demand hot water system. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I got hot water. And believe me when I tell you that hot water heater is at least 100 feet away from me right now. So it's got a recirculation system in it. The shower, you literally turn it on and get in, and the water's already hot. So you don't waste any water. Again, with the double doors, double bypass closet doors. So that's the whole house. Let's go look at the grounds. Okay, well, we're ready to head out back. And again, with the double doors, or the double glass retrofit windows and doors. And same T111 all the way around, all boxed eaves. The whole house is done with that. And now it's bright again out here. There's the back of the house. And these windows in the back are all retrofit windows. And this house is unique. It's got a rear-facing garage. That's not saying you couldn't add a garage door out front. You probably could. And I always thought it might be cool, but after this is the first rear-facing garage I ever had, and you know, I've gotten used to it. I used to park a car in there. Now it's just full of my junk, but I used to park a car in there. All right, let's keep walking around. Okay, some people are into mechanicals, some people aren't. This is a Rinnai 8-gallon per minute, commercial grade, on-demand hot water heater. Got a Grundfos recirculation pump, hot water sediment filter, flush and fill valves right there. What else we got? There's a whole house sediment filter. The city water here has got all kinds of minerals and stuff in it. And tri-valve set up for changing your filter out without depleting the house with water. Yada, yada, yada. Anyways, some people like to see the mechanicals. That Renai is a workhorse. That's the same thing they put in hotels. I bought a commercial grade, and it's one of those cry once kind of things. So a lot of people aren't going to be into the mechanicals. I am. We are currently out in the garage. Okay, this is the east driveway. That's where I keep all my trash cans. Side gate. For those of you that came to the bash, you know what this east gate's all about. And if you were to pull in a motorhome or trailer, this is a place you can put it right here. And then there's a patio area back here. Forget all my junk. This is all my junk that's getting thrown out or going to Goodwill. In-ground vinyl pool. Pool liner was changed about 3 years ago. They got a life expectancy of 10 to 12. But believe it or not, that is an in-ground vinyl, padded. So I like them because they're earthquake proof. The next door neighbor's gunite pool is already cracked 2 times. There's a ladder that goes on those 2 pedestals. I keep it stashed back behind the pump cover. And there's a slide, which is actually illegal in California, believe it or not. You're not allowed to have you cannot buy a slide in California. They're too dangerous. My wife's pond. I dug this for her on a Memorial Day many years ago. Dug a hole in the ground, and that's actually a gunite pond. There's a pump behind this rock right here with a filtration system. All the water passes through the filter to get to the pump. Pumps it back up to the barrels. And it's been rebuilt a couple times. It's probably ready for a refresh. Go around to the west side of the house. Just a little lawn. I tore out I had a big California ash here, but it was too close to the house. I tore it out for the insurance company. Electrical service. It's got 125 amp main service. Vintage, you know, it's but I keep it in good shape. I do all my retorques and everything. It's an old Federal panel. 3-ton split system. The other part of this system is up in the attic on the upstairs, so the heating is up in the attic, and the cooling is split. But that's the chase right there where it goes up into the attic. And again, we've got all the box eaves, retrofit window. That's the upstairs community bathroom. That's the downstairs where you saw it in the TV room, and just a little man gate there on the side. And more roses on that wall. There's some climbing roses on that wall. Oh, that avocado tree. That's an adult Haas avocado, and it bears, and it's good. So if you like avocados, this is the place. That thing, that avocado tree will run on pure horse shit. This is my old fire pit. Karen's turned it into a planter, but you can see my old heat exchanger. Open fires in this neighborhood are frowned upon, so we don't do it anymore. But there was an old heat exchanger there. I'd build a fire there. There's a tri-valve set up there. I'd pump pool water through the heat exchanger and actually heat the pool. The pool has no heater. It has a fresh Pentair programmable multi-speed pump. Nice pump. Just put that in recently. And it's got the big Hayward 8-cell diatomaceous earth filter. And there's drain holes there if you need to dump the pool. Just hook it up to that port there. Run your hose out to the front yard. Drain it. In the rainy season, we have to do that. We run the hose out because you'll lose control of the pool. It rains so much, the pool will actually overflow. This is one way up to the back. This is kind of a little fern grotto. It stays real shady, real wet back here, so we grow ferns and stuff like that back here. And I built some railroad tie stairs many years ago. So you can grow sword ferns or lace fern or almost any type of wetlands type of stuff in here. So it's, you know, it stays wet enough, it grows moss back here all the time. So this never gets any sun. But it's always nice to have a place where you can grow some kind of fern. Indigenous rock borders. Indigenous rock wall. When you dig a hole for a wall, you pull out more rocks than you do dirt. A lot of these rocks came right out of the hole that I was digging. Here's an outbuilding. This was a good tack room when we had horses. We used to keep a wash rack right here for washing horses. So I ripped the wash rack out when we got rid of the horses. But there's a raised floor in there to store hay on so it doesn't get wet. And you can keep all your tack in there. You can store saddles. You can do all kinds of stuff in there. Keep your feed in there. Biggest problem we had was raccoons. This planter and this staircase I put in, just kind of a natural garden. I kind of like a natural look. But, oh, this is a lemon tree. Hope you like lemons because you're going to get a bunch of them out of that. And these are just volunteers. A lot of these are plants my wife discarded and I just threw them in there. Up here you've got a apricot, Alberta peach, and a Mexican sweet lime. These limes are awesome. You can eat those just like an orange. They're so sweet. And when this tree hits, this tree's gonna hit in late June. You're gonna have more apricots and you're gonna know what to do with. And the Alberta peaches, you gotta beat the Blue Jays to it, but it's pretty good. Real nice peaches. Set of ramps here go with the property. Out of the back gate, there's a curb out back, and you take those. There's two diamond plate ramps. They go in right at the rear gate there to get down the curb real nice. If you've got something that's big and difficult to get out of the way. This property is just under an acre, and this is my fence right here. Some of you may remember from some of my old videos that I built that fence and that gate set right there. That fence is very overbuilt, and my mind was it's made of 4x4 by 3/16 square tubing. Each post is set down on the ground 4 feet, and in my mind I was going to hang solar panels off of it facing south. Right now we're facing north, but if you hang them off on the inside of the property, you're going to be facing south. And here in the back, there's plenty of room to park RVs, trailers, trucks. I've had an awful lot of trucks back here. I parked the Bar Z trailer here. When I had other trucks, we used to park more trucks here. There's tons of room to park and actually even turn around. You can get in here with a truck and trailer and still turn around. So it's a pretty big dirt lot here in the back. And this is my shop. And we're gonna go through that here pretty quick. Well, here's a view of the house from up at the shop level. And we're up on a dirt path that leads to the shop. Shop's got a full HVAC system on it. That's a 3-ton packaged HVAC hung on the wall, and it's internally ducted, so there's ductwork inside the shop. Air compressor. You know what? That air compressor will convey. If you're paying my asking price, you can have the air compressor. rotary phase converter. If you pay my asking price, you can have the phase converter. That's a 30 horsepower rotary phase converter. If you're asking yourself what the heck does that do, that converts single phase power into 3-phase power. And that'll become evident when we get inside the shop here. It's got an awning off the side. I keep a generator. I got one of my quads out here, storage, just anything you want to keep out of the rain. Got a cold saw out here. There's a double access door to the shop right there. The shop's got 4-foot wide doors. This is actually a man door. So it's got nice wide doors for getting stuff in and out. I always enjoyed having big doors on the shop. And then there's your double sliders there. Those lead out to the patio out on that side. I installed a 225 amp panel with plenty of breaker spaces, and you'll notice that is a 3-phase. Those are 3-phase breakers there. So that is a 3-phase panel. When that phase converter hits, the whole panel lights up. And right now, everything that's single phase runs without running the phase converter. But if you need to use a three-phase power, you start the phase converter, and then all your 3-phase equipment will be powered up as well. The shop has a drop ceiling, insulated, recessed lighting. The shop's completely wired. The shop's completely plumbed for air. We've got overhead cranes. That motor's hanging off of one of my chain hoists right there. It's an overhead rail running right down the center of the shop there. These curtains are going with me. I'm taking my curtains. But there's your airline piping there. Dryers, regulators. Everything there, all the air piping that I could keep in the attic, I kept in the attic. It's got an HVAC system fully installed on the shop. That's where that HVAC unit's right outside the wall right here. There's the air inlet there in the wall. So this goes through and it actually pokes through that wall and goes over to the other side. But there's airline piping coming down there. So there's air everywhere. There's electricity everywhere. Both single phase, 3-phase, and compressed air. There's a small room in here that I use for, chemicals. Keep chemicals, stuff I hang on the wall, storage. A lot of organizational stuff. This side of the shop, same thing, drop ceilings. And then it's got the higher ceiling in the center. That yellow is an I-beam. You see my 5th wheel hitch is hanging off of one of my chain hoists. And over here is another chain hoist on the blue trolley. The I-beam obviously stays. The chain hoists and the trolleys are going with me. But you can very easily mount any type of overhead. And what's nice about that, let's get this door open. You back a truck in here, you can drop that hitch right down in the back of your truck, or anything else. You got a welder or a generator or a pipe machine or something heavy you got to load, pick it up with the chain hoist, back the truck in, drop it in the bed. Loading, unloading, super easy. So that's 2 load lifting setups that I've got. One on that side of the shop where that motor's hanging, and then another one here on this side of the shop. And then we've got another one in here. I just recently built this one. I haven't even had time to paint it. But there's a 4-inch round tube welded to a 6-inch I-beam with a trolley here. And this is on a swinging jib. And actually, I got my chuck hanging on one of those right now. I use that to change the chuck on this machine because those things are no joke. Those things are heavy and hard to mount. So I use that to swing over there. This thing swings all the way around, all the way out into this door opening. And if you back up a truck tight into this corner, you could drop it right into the bed of the truck, right off of that. So there's another little bit. All right. But this side of the shop, continuation of the HVAC comes through here. Again, with recessed lighting. I never got around to painting this. This all needs to be caulked and painted to match the other side. But this was a good shop addition that I did here. And we'll walk back to the hill and get a look at the shop from up there, what the whole thing looks like. It follows the theme of the neighborhood. But out of my back door of my shop, I got the view of the San Bernardino Mountains. Okay, let's go keep looking around the grounds. Okay, from the back fence, I'm standing right by the back fence. From the back fence of the property, there's your shop. So it's got a very equestrian, horsey look to it. So it blends in with the neighborhood. I fly under the radar here. I run a business out of here for 25 years. And never a complaint. Didn't have any problems. I parked a lot of trucks back here. We dispatched from here. We've done some work in that shop too. But it's great for a home-based business. Some of you may recall that I built some gates for this place. I put in the Coachman style California Real type lighting. I redid this back gate. I didn't redo it, I just did it. I made the gates. But all these square columns are 4x4 by 3/16 on 10-foot centers all the way down. And my star jasmine has really taken off, and it smells wonderful. But all these columns were 4x4 square tubes set 4 feet down on the ground with a boatload of concrete. This fence is super rigid, and my intention was to, off of the 2x4 rectangular tube, was to hang solar panels off at the correct angle off the backside. And then there's already a conduit from the back gate all the way down to the house. There's power and water all run up right to this corner right here. There's a 110 volt, there's an empty 1-inch conduit, and there's water run up to the gate right there. But that's the back fence. And this horse property, then this horse trail is all your property, but it is an easement. You are responsible to take care of that all the way up to the curb. The curb is right there. I never put in an approach, so that's why we've got the ramps over there on the side of the house. And there's another back view of the shop. Ice plant here leads down to my little fern grotto over there, and the shed's over there. That outbuilding, it ain't much. It's just an old roach of a shed, but it's good for storage. It doesn't leak. Okay, guys, I appreciate you watching. If you are interested in purchasing the Old Bar Z, if a shop is what you're into, and you need a shop that's in move-in condition, I got it. So it's a pretty nice property. I've lived here 25 years, never regretted it. I'm going to miss my house, something fierce, but there's reasons I'm moving, and it doesn't have anything to do with my property. All right. I'm just looking for some space to spread out. You know, I feel like I'm more in the city here. I'm ready to move to the country. All right, I'm gonna last bit of this video is going to be my real estate agent's info. If you feel like contacting him, go ahead and give him a shout. Call him on his cell, call him in his office, throw him an email, whatever, if you have interest in this property. All right, appreciate y'all watching. Okay, last but not least, any inquiries about the property, goes to this gentleman, Austin Dossie. He works for Remax. There's his cell number. There's his office number. There's his email. Give him a call if you're interested in the Alta Loma house. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.